We're going to be looking at 20 security and object-oriented programming terms. Object-oriented design is a design strategy where system designers think in terms of things instead of operations or functions. An object is a concept, abstraction, or thing with identity that has meaning for an application. An operation is a function or procedure that may be applied to or by an object in a class. A class in object-oriented programming is a template definition of the methods and variables in a particular kind of object. Thus, an object is the specific instance of a class. It contains real values instead of variables. The method, also known as the function, is the object that executes the code once the message has been sent. Software security metrics are measurements to assess security-related imperfections introduced to software development. Most security measurements either quantify security at a system level or code level. Encapsulation refers to the bundling of data and methods that work on that data with one unit, like a class in Java. Inheritance is a mechanism where you can derive a class from another class for a greater hierarchy of classes to share a set of attributes and methods. Modularity is the process of decomposing a problem into a set of modules so as to reduce the overall complexity of the problem. Process isolation. So isolation protects system integrity by preventing one process from interfering with another's, or the system's code or data, and also prevents untrusted code from accessing protected resources. Domain separation refers to a collection of data or instructions that warrant protection. Separating domains allows for enforcement of rules governing the entry and use of domains by entities outside the domain. So the open-close design principle. This design principle classes the methods or functions methods or functions should be open for extension, new functionalities, and closed for modification. Defense layering is layered security, and it is a network security approach that deploys multiple security controls to protect the most vulnerable areas of your technology environment where a breach or cyber attack could occur. Least privilege. So the principle of least privilege requires that in a particular abstraction layer of a computer environment, every module, such as process, a user, or a program, depending on the subject, must be able to access only the information resource that are necessary for its legitimate purpose. Data hiding is specifically used to hide internal object details like data members. Data hiding guarantees exclusive data access to class members only and protects and maintains object integrity by preventing intended or unintended changes or intrusions. Minimization refers to reducing the risk of possible vulnerabilities, such as restricting the flow of vulnerable information to a software system. The interface. In object-oriented programming, an interface generally defines a set of methods or messages that an instance of a class that has the interface could respond to. Generally, for a given box, it declares the inputs and outputs for that box. Polymorphism. Polymorphism describes situations in which something that could occur in several different forms, and it also describes the concept that you can access objects of different types through the same interface. Messaging is how work gets done in an object-oriented system. A message has 4 parts: identity of the recipient object, code to be executed by the recipient, arguments for that code, and return value. Abstraction is the process of hiding all relevant data about an object in order to reduce complexity and increase efficiency. The object that remains is a representation of the original with unwanted detail omitted. And these are my references.